Welcome to this guided video on Tutorial 3's Question 3 Part A. In this particular tutorial, you are required to create the plan view of the object shown here. You are given the front view, the side view or the right view, and you are required to add in the plan view, or sometimes we call this the top view. This is done in third angle projection. So the first thing you need to do is to create this 45 degrees meter line. So once that is done, we can start with the guided tutorial. So I'll change my layer to construction lines. Before we can even start doing this question, we need to study the object. First, let's look at the front view. You notice most of them are horizontal or vertical lines. On the right side view, okay, you can start to see more information about the features. So looking at the bottom part of the front view, I have these three features here of the same height. When I draw it across, I notice that it's going to be coincide with this particular line on the right view, and this happens to be the most protruding part of the object. So this tree seems to be of this particular height, and the width seems to be the same. If the three legs if the legs are of different width, you will see multiple lines somewhere around here. Okay, since you don't see them, means they are of the same width. So let's start off with drawing what we know. So clicking from here, this point, going up. What I'm drawing right now is just drawing the boundaries of the plan view first, okay, before we actually draw the actual width of the legs or the actual length of the legs. So what I'm drawing is the boundary. So I know that the object can never be bigger than this, or rather the plan view can never be, or the object in the plan view cannot be bigger than this rectangle here. Alright. So now, okay. So now let me continue drawing the length of the box of the legs. Okay, from here, you notice that it's going to be starting point is here. So where is the ending point? Okay, how long does this leg extend to? Does it extend all the way to the back? Okay, so we need another information. Okay, so the information also comes from the right view. You notice that if the legs goes all the way to the back, okay, you will see a hidden line across. Since you do not see it, okay, that means you only see the line here. Okay, so most likely this represents that the leg actually stops here, and this line probably represents the thickness of the object. Okay, all right. So from this line, I project upwards and across all the way. Okay, so now I can make the outline to draw the legs. Okay, I call them the legs. Okay, I know this is going to be my length of it. It goes all the way to the back, the width. Okay, I know if the legs are going to stop here because of the thickness of the object. Okay, next thing, track the lines from here, or maybe I should change to construction lines to show you the location of all the legs. Okay, so line from this point, click here. This is the starting point of the legs, or ends here. Okay, click here, click, ends here. Okay, so this one is the leg position. Outline. There's one more line that I've forgotten to trace. Is from here. Okay, so this one is here. Okay, so what happened to the back? Okay, so the back here, I see only one line here, and on the top, or rather front view, I do not see any hidden details. So that means the back end most likely is going to be a straight edge as well. Alright. Okay. So now how about the thickness? Okay. As I mentioned before, this is most likely the thickness of the object. So the legs here. Okay. So most likely it's going to be all hidden. Okay, with a portion that's going to be visible. Okay. Alright. So if let's say we're not sure what's going to happen, alright, let's do what is visible first, outline. Okay, so you notice that here, this portion here is like empty space. It's like you shine a torchlight from the plan view, the light shines through, right? Okay, so this portion here is only has the thickness. Okay, the rest of the part, okay, is clear. Okay, so the rest of the lines, the thickness, most likely is going to be hidden line. Why is that so? Alright, so let's say you do not know whether it is going to be hidden line or not. Okay, so let's assume all of them are outlined. Okay, let's assume all of them are outlined. So next thing, we move on to the next feature. So let's look at this particular square here. Two squares. So you ask yourself, are both squares of the same level? If they are same level, it should be, if they are all at the same level, most likely it's going to be a rectangle, not two squares. Okay, alright. So since there are two squares, let's look where they come from on the right view. Okay, notice that the lines, when you draw across, points to this feature here. Okay, probably let me change to another color. This feature here to here. So most likely, if I were to draw this, so if I front view, if I draw an isometric view, alright, so that means in 3D view, so most likely it's going to look like this. Okay, it's a bit hard to draw using freehand, but it's going to look, probably the object is going to look like this. Alright, so this is the front part. One square here. This is the other square here. Okay. So let's start with drawing the lines. Since I know this comes from here, I draw it up, I go across. So this is my starting point of the object of this square here. Okay, and here. Okay, they happen to be of the same length. So from here, I just change this to outline because this from the plan view from the top, I can see here. Right, I can see this line very visible. Okay, just assume that there's a torchlight shining a light through. I can see this. Right, I can see the outermost feature of the leg. How about the inner side? Okay, inner side, the wall here is hidden. Okay, so from here, go up, click here, click here. So this is going to be a hidden line. Okay, why? All right, because as I mentioned, right, this feature here is inside. Inner work is more inside. Okay, for the top you cannot see this. All right, so that's why this feature is hidden. So with the new information, all right, since this is a protruding part here, is flat all the way protruding out. Okay, so that means this portion here must be a hidden line. Okay, all right. So next one, just check. How about the thickness of the, this is going to be hidden dimension. How about this one, this rectangle here? So from this particular rectangle, same thing, we need to track where does it come from. All right, so drawing a line across, you notice it's come from this one here. Okay, how about the bottom? Okay, the bottom is from ends here. Okay, so the information that we don't know is where. So I need other features to tell me where is this particular rectangle along the plan view. Okay, so let's draw from the circle. Okay, because I know the circles are holes that's on this feature, on this rectangle. From this point, I draw cross. Okay, and I notice that, okay, it appears that the surface comes from this line. Okay, why is that so? Because of the hole. Remember, the starting location is here, the ending location is here, all the way to the end. Okay, I can confirm this by looking at the other side, or the other part of the hole. All right, you notice that it's going to be from here as well. Okay, from this particular surface as well. Since I know it's from this line, I just need to trace, and notice it comes from this line, draw across. I'll continue my construction line from here, click one time, all the way to the end. Okay, so this is going to be a outline. Okay, right. So with the new information, what happens then? I know that there's going to be a part that is going to be on top. Okay, like this. So this, all this information that I have previously, I need to change this to hidden details. Okay, all right. This line also needs to turn into hidden because it's now is being blocked or obscured by the rectangular feature. Okay, so I need to add in back the hidden lines for the legs. This portion here, add back. Okay, all right. So my advice to you is that do feature by feature first. Okay, if you need to make any correction or need to make any adjustment, okay, do it for that particular feature first before you continue on with new features. All right. So next thing now is to create for the circles or the holes. Okay, so from here you just need to know where's the starting point and ending point. Same thing here. It starts on this surface and at this surface. So just continue here to here. Okay, so I change all these out to hidden lines. So how about this portion here? Okay, so you notice that every portion here and here, this line here and this line here, okay, if you were to compare, all right, it's actually what? It's actually there is a rectangle here, rectangle here, a rectangle here. Okay, but because they overlap with the outline, okay, so therefore we do not need to add in any hidden lines. Okay, the same logic appears for this one here, this line, the bottom part of this line and this line. So in fact, actually you have a rectangle, a rectangle here that is hidden from the top. Okay, but because it overlaps, three of the lines overlaps with the outline, so there's no need for us to draw it. So there's only one line you need to draw, is this hidden line. Okay, all right. So now let's continue with drawing it. How about the center lines? So center line should be quite easy. Okay, you can just copy this center line from this point of the hole to the other point of the hole. All right, make sure it's the same. And notice that now the center line is being created. So last but not least, double check your work. Make sure you have covered every single surface or lines. And notice that there's one more that I did not cover. It's this one here. Alright. So from here, I notice that it comes from this line here. So let me draw a construction line. This one comes from this cutout here. So this cutout, okay, if I follow this line up, okay, that means I need to draw a hidden line from the thickness, alright, the thickness point here, this point here, all the way to the back. Same thing for this one. Okay, so from here, alright, I notice that they coincide with the edges of the hole, so there's no need for me to draw another hidden line. Alright, so now if I were to turn off my construction line, turn off my center line, I will notice this one. Okay, it's here. Alright, so just to take note, turn back on my center line, and this more or less completes the view. Alright, so let's take a look at the 3D view to confirm the model or the plan view drawn. Okay, so looking at here, this is my front view. Okay, this is my right side view. Okay, and how about my top view? It looks like this. So you notice that the top view, okay, the lines are all hidden line here, hidden line, hidden line, and including this line here. Okay, that is hidden. Okay, so this more or less concludes the video on this particular tutorial.